You are now tuning in to the Sevonta Morning Show.
Welcome back to the Sevonta Morning Show, man. And I don't even know why I said back, because I'm so nervous, because I'm really excited about this show that I have put together, the Sevonta Morning Show. It's not only just a regular show that, I'm putting on just to have some content out. It's something that I felt like I needed to give to the people. Because there's a certain thing in my life where I had to find my purpose. And I found my purpose when I was in the military. And that was comedy. And that was actually my gift. And then as I got into this game and start understanding what brings me joy and what I can give to the world, it was so groundbreaking to understand that without God, none of this is possible. And when he gave me my gift, I had a responsibility to talk to the people and not only inspire, but bring joy. As an entertainer, that's what you do. You bring joy. But if you really want to change the game, you have to inspire. So that's why I came up with the Sevonta Morning Show. I want people to understand that you can make it. It ain't over. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If you really believe in what you have for yourself and for the world, it's going to happen. Stay positive and keep going. Even when it looks tough, don't give in. Money is the root of all evil. And if you choose money over your dream, you will always regret it. Believe in yourself and understand why you are here on this earth. That's why I created the Sevonta Morning Show. I'm here for you. So, with this show, we're going to treat it just like the radio. Because that's how you get to the people the fastest. People are always listening, always being there. So I'm going to be there for you. Welcome to the Sevonta Morning Show. We got more after this. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta vibe. All right, I got entertainment news for you. We got Betty Idol, the real estate scam case. So I did a little research on her. So she's apparently from Love and Hip Hop, and she was very famous because she was throwing fights. I seen her fight so much in a short clip. It let me know that, oh yeah, I know you will scam somebody. They got to fighting, and this is the type of person you don't want to get in an altercation with anybody that's like at a point where they gonna do anything to take you down. They don't care if them fists ain't gonna work. They gonna throw that chair. I saw her grab a VIP table and throw it at a girl. So I already know she up to no good. So it says allegedly, a couple invested $200,000 into a real estate land lot that was next to theirs. So they thought it was convenient about to extend their plot out because they already own mobile homes. So with that, Betty Idol ended up pretending to be the real estate agent, the real estate, the broker, and the transactional bank. And she allegedly took $200,000 from this couple. So how you end up playing all those characters? So I know you're a good actor. And when the couple tried to get the land surveyed to see how much land they actually have, apparently when they tried to call her or call the person that she pretended to be, they kept on getting no calls, saying that all the people was out of the office, and then they end up telling them to stop calling. And I was just like, wow. And the worst case about it, she actually took somebody else's identification. So she used another social security number allegedly to play as a real estate agent. So somebody else is in this case without even knowing. But they'll get a call soon, man. It's really crazy. How are you already in the spotlight? You're able to market yourself and make money, but you still try to find ways to stoop down and take from others. And it's like, I just don't understand the logic. Like, you're so smart, because the way apparently she's very smart. The way they took the bank transaction to find out and traced it to her, apparently there was the couple, when they sent part of the money, she was sending it through different mobile apps, different banking apps, structured in a certain way so police won't be able to catch it. And watching that shows me how smart you really are, and you still do the things that you did. And I saw her. She's a pretty girl. Just pretty dumb. Pretty and dumb. I hate pretty dumb, and she's smart and dumb. Like, I don't understand, but, people do what they feel they need to do, but end up paying the consequences. Whatever happens is going to happen to you. So you just either do right or do wrong, and let the dice fall on that one. But we got more after this with the Sevonta Morning Show. Man, please be smart. Stop scamming. I see why the summer songs, where my scamming, nigga. I see how that's so popular, because y'all really do that. Like, I don't do that. I pay taxes. I don't deal with no type of criminal activity. I ain't got time. First of all, I'm not finna fight you. That's what they do in jail. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm going to take care of my children and pay my bills. But, everybody gonna make their own choice. Hey, we got more after this with the Sevonta Morning Show. Yeah. So sweet. Yeah. I had a segment I was gonna talk about, the news and the political news. But some kind of hit my spirit and wanted to talk about, fathers, all fathers. As a father, there's a lot of things that come with it. It ain't just about, the money and, just spending time with your kids, but it's about helping them grow. Try to put them in a position that you wasn't able to get to, or you had to work even harder to get there. Try to, teach them the right way of how to live and, take care of themselves. And then you be battling, because especially when you're raising a child with another person, you be battling that moment of, well, I don't like how I was raised this way, so I want to do this way. And then they do this and they do their way too. And then y'all clash. But it's a good moment, because now you're understanding there's no perfect way. There's no perfect way of how to raise the child. You just do your best and, throw the deuces up. Because when you have a child, it's a part of you, and you're trying to show off, I can create and I can lead them into the right way. And that's good. You don't take none of that away from you. But always understand that child is going to make their own decisions once they get older. And you always have to prepare yourself for that. You can't lead and guide all the way. They're going to make some decisions. They're going to bump their head. And you have to let them. That's how you shape and grow a child into an adult. And with that, made me understand how to raise my children even better. And I love my kids. I have 5 kids. If y'all did not know, I have 5 children, 3 boys, 2 girls. And I remember when I had my daughter, I had already had 2 boys, and I was really, really, really tough. And when you with the boys, you're rough. And then now you got a little girl, you're trying to not make her feel different than everybody else. But then you have to understand, there's a soft side you gotta have. You can't be a brute all the time. You have to show love. Same way you show your girl love, you show the baby love. And you have to be different. You have to understand their ways and their ability to comprehend things emotionally. And I think that's the hardest battle that I have as a father. So I want the people out there to know you're not the only one having issues with your child. It's hard. But don't give up. Understand it's going to get better. Understand you did your best. And the children will never understand until they start raising their own. My mama told me that all the time. She said, "You ain't wait till you have some kids, then you gonna understand how I used to have to do it." And I was like, "Okay, I see it. I understand. I understand. Thank you, mother." But fathers, keep your head up. You're doing a great job. If we don't get celebrated, you're getting celebrated on the Sevonta Morning Show. We got more after this commercial break. And we back. Hey, man. Welcome back to the Sevonta Morning Show. We with the political news of the day, man. I'm always going to educate my people, bro. Trump and old man and U.S.-Iran peace deal. Now, I don't know if you heard about it. The peace deal was signed 60 days ago where they declared peace and then oil prices started to stay at a stagnant instead of increasing. So during that peace deal, they were supposed to develop another idea of how they can become at peace with each other. That's between the U.S. and Iran and Oman. So with Oman, they are not having it when it comes to Trump. Now, they are standing in the way. Now, quote unquote, Trump, the U.S. president, has stated that if Oman gets in the way, they will bomb, quote unquote, the S out of. So now that's our sitting president right now threatening another country, putting us at war with. At this point, we're currently at war right now, because just because the peace deal was signed doesn't mean the war has ended. That was just a break. And then there's U.S. troops out there right now, out at sea. I also read on it that they're out at sea and they're not even able to go back to see their families or anything. And then even the I think his name was Brad Cooper, Attorney General. I think he was the Attorney General, if I'm not mistaken. But he stated that it is hard to be out there. Now, he is taking up for Trump, but he stated saying that it is hard to be out there. And Trump is saying that they're not even out there long enough. Now, I was a soldier myself, and now you're over here saying that they're not even out there long enough, and you haven't even been out there for something that you started, and you couldn't even find a way to find peace with the other country, but all you want is that oil. What do you think you did with Venezuela? What do you think that was over? Oil. It's always money thing with you, man. You always got to put us in confined problems and then not even try to set the fact of why we're doing this. You're just running around it. Just say it. We're just trying to get oil. I want money. It would be much realer for you to go out there and say that instead of just playing around with us and having soldiers out there missing their family. And people have lost their lives already. That's not reported. But I know what's going on. People have lost their lives over a silly war that he started. And then they had a meeting at the U.S. White House. They had a meeting. And J.D. Vance is just, quite frankly, just going at him. You're trying to ridicule the man live on TV. And you think you're going to get away with that. Like, I really don't understand how some people's mindsets are set up. You're playing with the country, Trump. Like, you are already old as it is. Why we keep voting for old people? Joe Biden was old. We talk about sleeping Joe. Trump sleep every day. He went to a funeral. Sat down, and went to sleep at the funeral. There were 2 people dead. 2 people dead. No assassination, natural causes. And we sit here and just listen to this man like, bro, it's time to move on. Like, what are you doing at this point? It's very revengeful. Like, you're coming after everybody. You fired everybody that was in your office before when you was in the first election. You kicked everybody out. And then you hired new people. You got a whole new vice president, whole new everything. And then now there's nothing being changed. I just came back from Seattle, Washington. I know there's some country people on my line right now that gas is probably like $3.32. That's good for us. That's pretty low. $3.18. We happy. Gas in Seattle is $5.89. How these crackers lost their mind? I'm not paying no $5.89 for no gas. I had got a rental car. As soon as I got out the airport, there's a gas station right there in the corner. I got out the airport, saw the gas, and I saw $5.89. I turned back around and turned my rental car in. Y'all done lost your mind. I'm not paying no $5.89. I might well live in New York. I ain't doing it. But they sit here and just make us go through these high prices. Gas is already high in these areas that I live in. Food. Do you know I go to Walmart and I know I average around $80 every time I walk in there. I don't even have nothing but some Starburst, a little bucket of fried chicken, and some diapers. $89. It's ridiculous how high these prices is, man. Every year, my kids get bigger and got to go to school. And I got to sit there and spend more money because they want to keep growing. I don't know what's going to happen with this country, but I'm going to keep y'all updated every time I get on this mic about what's going on in this country, because you need to know what is going on with your money and what is going on with where you're living and playing your head at. That is the most important thing, man. We got more after this with the Sevonta Morning Show. Please think about it. When you get into when the election come back, please think about who we have in this office. Please. Let's be careful. Sleepy Joe gone. Trump gone. Kamala Harris is thinking about making a comeback. I don't know. Kamala, she never really grabbed the attention of the people. Like, she was there, we were watching her, but we didn't have her trust yet. Like, she didn't prove that she was trustworthy of the vote. We definitely didn't want to go to Trump. But when it came to her, it was just like, is this all we got? You sure this all we got? Like, I'll go with it, but you know what I mean? Like, you said Obama can't run a third time. Trump said, Trump just said he was going to run a third time. I think Obama can run a third time. I just hope this next person that comes in office, I really hope he makes a change and just really just shakes up what's really been going on in this world, because it's really a serious matter. And as I gotten older, I see how it's affecting the country. And it really it makes me think, like, what can happen next? It really makes me wonder, like, what's going to happen to my children as they get older? What are they going to have to deal with? Man, it's not going to always get better unless we make a change. Don't think just because it got better from your grandparents to how you living means it's going to get better. You have to make a change for it to change. You can't just stand still, or they will change what you have been living. We'll be right back after this. Yeah. And we back with the Sevonta Morning Show, man. Welcome back. We back with the great Sevonta Morning Show. I got me a show, man. But I also got an interesting question. Can men and women really just be friends? How do y'all feel about that? Can men and women really just be friends? And I got the lovely lady of my life here to speak on her part. So, how do you feel about men and women being friends? Speak up.
Just to get somewhere and, end up in a relationship with them. And I don't think that's the case. I really feel like men and women can just be friends.
Okay. Well, I beg to differ. I don't believe men and women can just be friends unless you believe that woman is either having mental well, never mind. Because I got a cousin that has a mental disability and she got pregnant. So stuff happens. But I do not feel men and women can just be friends because there's a certain mechanism. If you hang around somebody so long, something will eventually happen. And I know it for a fact. That's why you have to stay away. Remember the movie Hancock? Will Smith and the white girl, every time he got near her, that was the love of his life. He kept on dying. That's what you have to do. Something's gonna happen if you stay near a certain person. Unless they are so remotely unattractive. But then if you're on a drunk night or you're doing something that you're just desperate, it's gonna happen. So I feel like it's best for men and women to just, we can be cool, but once you find your mate, we keep it at a distance. Yeah, we might can hang out, but we're not gonna hang out like all the time. Nah, I know what can happen. You already know my history. You can't catch me on a weak moment. You're not finna catch me vulnerable. A lot of people get caught vulnerable. That's how that men and women think. That's why I feel like men and women can't be, friends, because the vulnerable moments, somebody knows your history. You know that person cares for you. During that moment, you feel it. Let it go. Let it go. Nobody is that strong. Once you find your mate, just focus on them. And then if, you can be cool and friendly, but we don't have to keep hanging out because at the end of the day, we have to, take care of our families. If we got kids and, if we doing businesses, we got to focus on that too and grow our internal family. So I think we can really just like focus on other things instead of just saying like, well, we can just all kick it. It don't have to necessarily happen like that once you find somebody. You find your girlfriends or you hang out with your fellas, kick it. You might hang out with some girls, but you ain't consistently around them. That's the thing. The consistency is what makes it hard. When you're consistently in front of somebody's face, after a while, is all she wrote. Even pastors done it. You don't think the pastor has messed with the motherboard? I'm just saying. We got more with this Sevonta Morning Show, bro, after this. And we back with the Sevonta Morning Show. You know, at this moment we're closer to the end, and I just want to say, be thankful. Be thankful for everything that has came into your life, good or bad. Be thankful for the lessons that you have learned over the time. Understand you're not alone. I'm thankful for, my kids, my lady. Thankful for God guiding me through everything I have been through. And I'm so private with my life, I don't really display the pain, the suffering I had went through in my life. But I'm also thankful for that. And thankful for everything else that he has blessed me with. Man, the stuff that he has blessed me with, money can't buy. And I love every moment of it. The journey is what you're thankful for. And the lessons that you pass down to the next generation, the next person that's next to you, pass it on. Because you need to be wise and be thankful that God gave you this information. Pass it to the next person. That's why we're here. To continue God's creation. He wants a peaceful world. And each day we're working towards it. So I'm thankful for the situations that I'm in my life. And I'm also thankful for you. Everybody that's on this live, I thank y'all. Because without y'all, a dream could not happen. You have to have people in your corner. So, I'm thankful. And I got more after this. We're going to touch a little bit on the sports. And then we'll be out of here, man. I appreciate y'all listening to the Sevonta Morning Show. We got more after this. Yeah. And we back with the Sevonta Morning Show. I got one more thing I wanted to talk about, man. The LeBron James, man. I always wanted to talk about this. LeBron James went to the 76ers. Now, I feel, why did you make that move to go to Philly? Now, there's nothing wrong with Philly. They are contenders, potential contenders. But it's just like, it's kind of odd. Usually, with this type of move, when you're at your age of 42 years old, been playing over 20 years in the NBA, I would think you would want to go back home, or you would want to go back to your old stomping ground like Miami. But going to Philly and saying that this is it, this is the last destination, is letting me know that you're planning on being there for at least 2 to 3 years. And I'm just like, I don't feel like that was a smart move, man. Like, with your career and your legacy, there's no point to keep chasing after rings. And it's like a constant thing that you're doing. Like, LeBron is a ring chaser. And yeah, you can say he's the greatest champion of all time because he won in 4 different teams and whatever. Some people can argue that. But I don't feel like it's best because LeBron, he's a great all-around player. But I think what's really in the NBA, we don't look for the stats. It's not about the stats. It's about the mentality. It's about the takeover. It's about not giving up, not stopping. That's why we put Michael. Michael didn't give up. When Michael was sick, hurt, he was in the game. We don't seen you flop, LeBron. We don't seen you go out when your ankle tweaked out. Like, we seen it. Now you have the most consistency of being in a game without having any injuries. But as soon as something happens, you're screaming, you're hurting on the ground, you're rolling around like a little girl. Like, come on now. When it comes to Michael, none of that happened. When it came to Kobe, none of that happened. That's why we put these guys at the top of the position of what we feel as what is best. But I give all love to LeBron. I hope you do good in Philly. I hope something happens. I really do. If y'all think so, let me know. Send me a DM. Talk to me. Because it just doesn't make sense at the age of 42. Like, when you're 42, you don't just jump up and say, I'm just going to move across the country and just change my life. You don't do that. That's like a 20-year-old thing. And you did it in Miami. Then you just said, I'm going to move myself again. I'm going to make the NBA wait. You were playing games, bro. So, hey, big ups to LeBron. Hey, I want to thank the people for listening. Thank you for tuning in for the Sevonta Morning Show. This is the first show, and I can't thank the people enough for tuning in live. And there's going to be more show after this. Now, another thing, we're going to be posted every Tuesday and Thursday live on YouTube. So tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Central Time. 9 a.m. Central Time. Thank y'all for tuning in, and have a great day, and be happy, and good morning. And thank you for tuning in for the Sevonta Morning Show.